possible mixing, but also it's going to be more about the rain and warmer temperatures. Highs near 4 degrees. The guaranteed high today too.
680 news time, 11:43.
Well, Canada is off to a good start at the World Juniors.
Cousins had a hat trick and 3 assists against a German.
So they just said several things.
By COVID-19, 9 German players.
So they said if you enjoyed the white Christmas, which he said sort of sardonically, I guess it's sardonic, sardonism, like sardines in the tins of sardines. Keep fucking around, pussy. I know you sent your idiot friends up in the parking lot to start whatever. Okay, if you start this now, spend 20 minutes getting online, then right. So they said the snow is gonna melt. Okay. They also said, we heard this before, we're gonna have to get used to living with the virus. I'm paraphrasing slightly. We're gonna have to live with the virus because it's not going nowhere, and we can't let a virus impact our lives. Blah blah. Point is, it's the same shit they've been saying all along. Everybody wants to pretend like, oh, if we all follow the rules for 2 weeks, it'll go away. But I don't really want to follow the rules. But if all you guys do and I don't, it'll still sort of work. And like nobody said that's how it's going to work. I believe we're 2005 something cases. Yeah, they did give us a number right after I ended the last video. They gave us the numbers. Why did it take till 10:45? I'm not sure. Who's the idiot in the parking lot? I'm not sure. My buddy started exactly what I said. Hey, he's a Batio. His car is a Batio car. Bati boy things. Taking off his hat, going, do I look like this and that? You don't look black to me, homeboy. You white piece of shit. Whatever I called him, I don't remember now. Because that's what these people get for starting with me. I said so at one point, but I don't even give a fuck. I'm dying. Oh, you think you're the only one that's not afraid of dying? I almost died yesterday. Like, fuck, I don't think you understood what I just said. Whoever you are, start with me. I don't give a fuck about, because I'm dying. Which means I was standing here for my own purposes before you got here. I was in a fucking H3 thinking he's hardcore. Now I know precisely what he is, so that's why I don't want to say the country name, I think, from the back of the truck, because I don't think he's from there either. He could pass as not white. That's fine. You pass as not white. I still say you're white. That's like us. Why you got the one pirate gold ring with the weird leather boots and the, yeah, he's a Batio trying to act like he's tough. Oh yeah, I've got like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. 60 minutes. You better be right here. 60 minutes. Like what kind of Jamaicans might say, I'll be back in 5 minutes, brethren. What's this 60 minutes? You better be here. Like what? I work for you now? You're picking me up to take me to work or something? What do you mean 60 minutes? You know? Oh. Blah, 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 blah. So I touched the fucking back of the truck. Yeah, because if you hit me with that truck now, how'd my handprint get on the window, stupid? Right, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Buddy, you don't get it. I pick up a chunk of ice like this. I'll hit you in the head with this. You'll be dead, and there won't be no evidence. And I threw it down a few seconds later. I didn't start this shit. He gets the truck moving like he's going to pull out. I forget what he said or did. I said something and started running away. Yeah, oh, he gets out the truck, goes like 3 steps. Go, yeah, because the keys are in the truck. Right, running, right. And the girl he thinks is important. Oh, you're lucky there's a lady with me. Lady? I thought that was your mom or something, so I called you white. Because she's some old white woman. I don't fucking know. He looks like some weird gay pimp that has some sort of job. Like if this was a TV show, he could work anywhere, but like he's the gay pimp guy of the show. Like I can't explain this shit. He looks like Sinbad in, the pirate, but his head is sort of like the comedian too. Only this guy's got some gray texture, like color to him. Now, if he was just straight up black or whatever, said no, actually I'm black. Fine, we could have that argument. But you're an idiot, acting like a bunch of things that we don't act like. I'm gonna put the news bag on.
Former Expos pitcher and Canadian national team member Derek.
How did we get back on sports again?
At the age of 50 after a battle with brain
cancer.
cancer.
So in like 20 minutes, I'm going to go down there. Like, wait for
every hour, 40 time at sportsnet.ca/590.
Oh, you know what I just noticed?
11:48.
The license plate on the front of the car, the license plate on the back of the car don't match.
Easy.
I remember both of them because one on the back is the blue plate.
More business within 12 hours of
it's a regular number.
and clear enough space for people to
So,
physical
yeah.
distance.
The one on the front is a
Make sure
vanity
you
plate.
don't throw snow on the roads. And finally, treat yourself to a nice.
Yeah, what the fuck's happening there? I just noticed it
That
now.
last one's optional, but I highly recommend it. Get to know
Yeah, how
the
you
plan for
driving around with a
snow at
vanity plate on the front and a different plate on the back that you can't take pictures of.
Your life has taken a bit of a break, but your dental
I don't
health
know, these
shouldn't.
weirdos start with me when they see
Dental,
me.
our enhanced
Oh, you
cleaning
think you're the only guy on the corner
We'll
around
keep
the
you
fucking
safe for your
block?
appointment.
That's
We'll
what
our
you're
team of
talking about.
professionals keep your oral and
Like,
overall
I'm out there to
health in
talk to
check.
them. I'm
We
out there
also offer
representing. I'm
patients
out there to see if
a
there's
0%
garbage.
interest
You know what?
payment
My
plan.
neighbor,
You get the treatment
who actually
you
lives on
need
my
when
floor,
you
if I
need
say
it.
it's my neighbor,
Located across
a lot of
Ontario
times I
on
mean
the
somebody lives on
GTA.
my floor,
Contact your
because
local
that's
Ultima
somebody I might
Clinic
actually
or visit
see. Like they might leave their house in bare feet and throw out garbage while I'm leaving to go get coffee or something. We might actually see each other.
680
Yeah, all the people on other floors,
49.
by the time they get to the elevator, they're wearing
2021 is
street clothes,
underway.
right? Okay, so
Music
he's in there
icons are
talking to
ready
the coffee
usher
shop
in
lady.
the new year.
I'm smoking a cigarette. In fact, I want a
ABC's
second
Christopher
one.
Watson has more.
Because the gold there, he also talks to
We're
you.
all ready for 2020 to end, and R&B singer
These
Sierra
idiots pulled up and started with
in
you. I'll fucking
2021 when she hosts the West Coast
We got some
celebration
weirdo
of
shit on the side of the truck, too. There's a fried head and a steak.
Thursday. But she tells
Oh.
ABC
I always say it's
Open
weirdo 'cause it's
2020
like-
wasn't all bad.
I'm definitely looking forward
You
to
got the
2021.
Fold
One of
anchor
the biggest
tattoo.
highlights of
And you have
2020
no
for me
connection
is
at all to
that I
sailing.
gave birth to
Just-
my little baby
And you don't even
boy,
think like it's a
and,
retro
I'm
tattoo.
super
Not just
proud of that
look at me. I
moment.
got this
Giving
tattoo
birth
up
to him
there.
in
It's
the
fine.
midst
Well,
of a
what's his name?
pandemic. Just
I get a picture
totally
of a
unforgettable.
pog from the 90s
But
on
we
my
did it.
hand. It looked cooler.
Coming up in
You
just
notice that
60
the pog, the
seconds, we'll
things they
take a
used
look
to
at
show us in the
traffic followed
90s.
by your extended forecast.
All the weird
680
cartoony
News
type
time,
shit.
11:50.
Look like a
For
bunch of
all
weird
its trouble,
tattoos, don't it?
may you remember 2020 for the resilience of your connection to friends, family, and community. Access Storage hopes that you and
Like,
those
I
you
didn't
care
know,
for
but-
reach the end of
See,
this
I
year
grew up in
and step
Crackdale,
into
so I didn't know the
2021
term
with
eight
hope
ball
and
because
gratitude.
somebody there told it to me.
There's lots to be thankful
But when
for,
I
and
eventually
even
learned
more
that
to be
term, I was like,
hopeful
oh, okay, I
about.
get it.
Access Storage
Because the
wishes you a
people
safe
involved
and
in the
healthy
crack
new year.
business in
Access Storage,
Crackdale
shop
did
Canadian,
not
store
push it on
Canadian,
kids
with over 100
whatsoever.
locations in Ontario. Try 4 weeks free. Visit accessstorage.ca.
Most of the kids grow up there and
Fighting
never have
cancer is
anything to do with
hard,
that drug.
But fighting cancer
When they
and
grow
your
up there, they
disability
see what it
insurance,
does.
well, that's just inexcusable.
The
My
dealers
name
figured
is
out how
Aaron
to sell it to
Watson,
the same
and if your
people
disability
forever.
claim has been
You
denied
got
for
old
any reason,
crackheads. You got
call
old
me
crackheads in your neighborhood. If you don't, you know what I'm talking about. I don't mean some old guy
And
just
don't worry
started
about our
smoking
legal
crack.
fees, because there are none. At my law firm, my team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid.
In any
And
event,
before you
toys,
call, you
things they
should
gave us
always
to play with
remember
as
that there are
kids.
no
A
bad
lot of
questions.
8 balls,
416
weird
661
dragons, and
4878 or on
smiley
your cell phone
faces
at
that get twisted
pound
off drunks and
LTD.
shit. And as a kid, you don't really realize. As an adult, you look back, well, that was pretty specific shit they had on those toys.
So following this demonstration that's traveling southbound on the 427 onto the eastbound Gardner, heading towards
427,
downtown, the front
mad?
end of it now is at the Humber Bridge. They are moving in the center lane on the Gardner, so traffic is able to get around them here. The bigger delays are on the southbound 427, where the back end of this demonstration is still approaching.
And I don't know if it has something to do with me. I see
Staying in a
$15
single
and
lane.
shit
It
all
looks
the
like
time.
all the
You
slow
might as well
vehicles,
be
but the
a
ramp
truck
there
or
is just 2
something.
lanes, so that's
The
what's
license
backing
plate
up
misspelled.
now on
It
the
says
southbound
$1. It's
427
misspelled. There's
from
no worry how it's
just
spelled. There's
well,
probably a
approaching
dozen
Dundas
variations.
down to the ramp onto the
But
Gardner.
this
The ramp
fucking
onto the
idiot
Gardner is
rather
slow,
leave
and
it
then once you
late
get
for
on the Gardner, it is easier to maneuver around them because you have more lanes. They're staying.
Yeah, I didn't
staying in
realize
that
it just
center
now
lane,
because
but they are
when he
moving
pulled up, I
quite
noticed the
slow,
plate,
so
whatever,
things
because
still
he's
not
pointing at me like
completely
he's
up to
driving
speed
at me.
on the eastbound Gardner, but the heavier backup again is on the southbound
Let's say it's just
427.
setup shit.
And that's really all we've got going on right now on the roads.
Is it
Road
you're lucky
conditions
I'm with
are
a
much
lady
better
or
than
somebody,
yesterday. We've
you're
got
about
light
to know, but
traffic,
no,
but there haven't been any
you have a
collisions or
lady
any
with
stalled
you,
vehicles or anything like that.
ladies,
So all your other
fucking
major routes are moving well. No problems on the 404
must have called him
DVP.
white or
401 is in good shape all the way across the GTA in both directions. Your next traffic report is at
I think it was
1201
weird.
Christine
Do I look
Langos.
white to
With your
you?
forecast, here's
Yeah,
David
you look like
Sandriachi.
Mr. Clean with a bit of a suntan, to be honest.
Mainly cloudy and mild today, sunny breaks
Yeah,
this
if you roll up
afternoon.
on me, yeah, the first thing I think is not to
We have
tell
rain
you.
and mixed
By the way, I know I
precipitation
look white, but I'm
forecast for
actually
tonight,
Jamaican.
overnight.
No, you just started a
And
fight with a
into Monday,
Jamaican
it will
South
be mainly
African.
rain for
Fuck up.
areas
Fuck up.
to the south end of the GTA. We could see some mixing
These
for
people all
some
watch
areas to
TV.
the north end of the
Jamaicans are like
GTA,
this,
but
and
overall
Haitians are like
temperatures
this,
will
and
be
South
climbing
Africans
to
are
near
like this.
4 degrees
Okay,
for
fuck
Monday.
up.
Mainly sunny on
Why are you
Tuesday,
even talking
slight
to
chance
me?
of flurries, highs near -2. Your guaranteed high today, 2 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto,
You
overcast
come
and
from
0
Africa, where real
degrees.
poverty
And
exists,
over at Pearson
real
Airport,
inequality.
it's
And you
overcast
come
and
here and
minus
start
1
selling
degree.
crack, that's nothing.
Coming
Who are
up at
you
the top
hurting?
of
Those
the
people
hour,
have
we'll
money
have
and
the
want to
latest
spend
on a
it.
couple in Durham testing positive
I'm
for the
taking
new
a TV show.
COVID-19 strain that's been causing problems across the UK in recent days. And the provincial numbers are in.
I'm
We'll
in
have a
such pain.
breakdown of
There's
those
something wrong with
next.
me today.
680 News Time, 11:53.
This extended forecast
Pussies
is brought to you
run,
by
pussies
your local
run, yeah,
Ontario
well.
Subaru dealers. 'Tis the most
You don't run
Subaru
away from
time
your
of
truck
the year
with
at
keys
your
in it.
local Ontario Subaru dealer. Experience the joy of symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive
Well,
and holiday
come on,
bonus
let's do
of
this. No, I
$500.
want to run away from the truck with the keys in it. That's happened a few times in my life. Someone wants to chase me, they leave the vehicle there with the keys in it. That's at least the third time I said, well, this guy didn't run for his car. The 2 times I can think of, the person left for his car. Yeah. Well, in my neighborhood, there's a good chance somebody might have seen when this happened and thought you were run up in your car. And all the old people and stuff that see this are going to go, it's crazy. He's running with his cars there with the keys in it. Someone can see he must be crazy. Why am I chasing that bar? Look, he's
Enter
chasing
your bill at chfi.com.
the other thing, you're a big fat tough guy. You are physically twice my size. Don't be surprised if I jump around a bit. Your ass is supposed to catch me and do whatever you're going to do, right?
Beginning January 8th.
On 98.1
Yeah, so no one nobody fucking believes it. I'd say stand up right there and make a stand right there. That might not be the best idea. Hey, I ran. So I was trying to get him out the truck with the keys in it.
By the Girl Scouts organization,
I didn't make
claiming
no
the
move to
Boy
run
Scouts
until he
have
was in the
unfairly
truck about to
recruited
drive away.
girls
And then that's
lately,
not moving
now
on.
that the boys have gone co-ed. The Girl Scouts claim
My
its
ass would have turned the
recruitment
wheel
efforts have been
and
highly
chased my
damaged
ass right
to
into the street with the truck. Oh, you think you're funny? I'm not getting out of the truck. I'm chasing you like you
without
said.
understanding the choice.
He's a big
The
tough
Boy
guy.
Scouts organization calls the trademark infringement lawsuit utterly meritless. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Seems like all the claims of
A nearly
pedophilia.
7-foot-tall monolith made of gingerbread mysteriously
That's not a
appeared on
monolith.
a San Francisco hilltop
No,
on
somebody
Christmas
built it in
Day
San
and
Francisco.
collapsed the following
7
day.
foot till some
The
6 foot. So
three-sided tower, which was
yeah,
held
so
together
like
by
the top of the
icing and
camera is,
decorated with
I
a
can
few
reach this
gumdrops,
tall easily.
delighted the
Let's
city
put a
when word
gingerbread
spread about
layer
its
up to here.
existence.
Oh, can't reach
People
no
trekked to
further.
the park throughout the day,
It's not
even
a
as light
monolith
rain
either.
fell on the
It has
edible
details. It's not a
object.
monolith.
But by Saturday morning,
Oh,
it
that's
collapsed.
right. All the
It
little
was a fitting
details
end to
make
what was
it not a
truly an
monolith.
homage to a discovery and quick disappearance of a shiny metal monolith in Utah's Red Rock Desert last month.
No, it was
Coming
in
up
Romania or
next on 680
Belarus.
News, we'll have your business report.
And that one is
680
made
News
of
time,
metal and
11:55.
plopped up out the ground and
Pay
disappeared again.
homage to India's rich cultural history with a culinary experience from Vindhya Indian Bistro, a family-owned and operated restaurant located across from
No,
historic
Helen's telling me to calm
Market.
down and go
India
home. Like,
sources
it's,
the
no,
freshest
like,
cuts of
you're
meat
not
from their butchers
understanding.
to
This
create
isn't your
your
problem.
favorite
Don't worry
Indian
about it.
dishes. Order today and experience one
Yeah,
of
I'm
Vindhya
essentially at
Indian
work when this
Bistro is a
happens. I'm standing there
TripAdvisor Hall
waiting to
of
see if
Fame
there's going to be a bag of
Vindhya
garbage
Indian
show up.
Bistro, the essence of India through fresh, quality ingredients. Get
I don't
10%
understand
off your
people's
takeout
logic.
order today when you
You're
book
driving a
through
fucking truck that costs you 80 grand that ain't worth 80 grand.
I got it at
You customize it in a weird way. You got fucking weird license plate issues going on.
Barbecues.
And
Right
at
now,
one
you
point I
can
did
buy
point
our
out I was an
boxing week
MP.
sale pricing.
We
with
started
the
going on about
25%
pussies
Energy
wrong.
Star rebate
Pussies
and
right there. You stepped up the
on
truck
select LG
and
fridges,
didn't take no more steps because you're big and heavy.
Bosch dishwashers,
You're out of
and
shape.
more. Hurry to TA Appliances and Barbecues. The Energy Star rebate is almost over. Visit TAAppliance.com
From
for a
Young
store
Street
near
back
you
in
or
days when I
contact
was
us
younger.
online.
Yeah, there were
Offer
lots of
ends
them
December
back then.
31st.
680 News
They
time,
call them pimps, but they
11:56.
specialize
Now
in
time for
underage
your
kids.
business
So
report.
I
I'm
just
John
figured
Arkovic. From smart houses to
It's
smart
them.
cars, the Internet
Our
of
world,
Things is
somebody
all
doesn't have
around
to pay
us.
for
Here to
sex
help
or
us make
prostitute.
sense of this
I don't
brave
like that.
new
Wow.
digital world is
Have to like it,
author,
that's what it
coach,
means.
and consultant Vicki McLeod, author of You and the Internet of Things, a practical guide to understanding and integrating the IoT into your daily life. How would you define the Internet of
IoT.
Things exactly? I mean, we're well past accessing the internet through just laptops, smartphones, and
We're
tablets.
talking about
These
using a
days,
browser
almost
to browse
everything can be
web
connected to the
sites.
internet.
That's
seems.
not the
That's
Internet
right.
of
And
Things, bro.
connection to the internet is one thing, but the sort of the smart element, I go into this in a
Connected
fair
to the
amount of
internet is
detail in
one
the book,
thing,
and I
bro.
try to really simplify the technology side of it to sort of make it consumer accessible.
I
But
need a
really,
split,
it's
but
about
I
the
like
ability
feel
of that
so
device
horrible.
to take in the inputs or the data that we either feed it ourselves or that it learns as it is going about doing whatever task it's assigned to do. and then actually make choices based on that data.
Oh, that would be
So there's the
AI.
part
That's not
where
Internet
there's
of Things.
connectivity, and then there's the part where the connectivity is actually connected to some form of artificial intelligence that enables that device to then
So that is
make
under
changes
Internet of
based on
Things.
data
That's
input.
AI. In
There's a
fact, you're
great
talking
line
about
you quote in the book
mainframes,
from
dumb
the writer
terminals.
William Gibson
That's all
that
old
the
shit
future's
you're
already
talking.
here. It's just not evenly distributed. Do you think the situation has become better or worse since he wrote that?
More and more people are using everyday technology without even
$1.
thinking about it. So there's so many
Yeah,
ways
I'm
that
a dollar.
technology is
I'm a
integrated itself into
$15.
our
What's your
day-to-day
point?
living,
I'm
but
a
I still think
$15
there's an issue
bill. Who the
of
fuck
that
are you?
sort
I'll
of
steal your vanity plate
distribution.
next time, bro. I'm
There's
bringing a
huge issues
screwdriver
around
too.
things like
Watch me bring the
security.
belt tight in
Part
his
of it
flat
depends
for
on
some
your
reason.
lens. How do you see
I'm not fucking
technology? And part
joking.
of it depends on your adaptation or
It's the one thing you won't
your
notice.
generation, the values that you hold around curiosity and new learning.
You
There's
didn't
a whole
notice
bunch
he's
of
got two
factors
different
that come
plates
into
in the front
play,
back of the
whether it's a
truck, which is
benefit to
odd.
you or whether you see it as something that's a threat.
That is author Vicki McLeod. You and the Internet of Things is available from Self Counsel Press in the Business Center. I'm John Ackerman.
And if you work from this jurisdiction, and even if you were in jail last year, you might not realize what just happened. The blue plate on the back is actually from you. That's from a very narrow window of time at the beginning of this year. The vanity plate could be from any time, but it's probably from before that. So how did he vote? You're supposed to have front and rear plates in this jurisdiction. So
You're
you went
basically
somewhere you may not
saying,
realize.
can the toga help innocent citizens breathe easier? Probably not.
The
Find out
toga.
why at thetogaonline.ca.
Yeah, this is the anti-marijuana people spending every dollar they have to try to prove to us they're dead.
It's a beautiful
I got sickle cell. I got a smoke weed.
appreciate how fortunate we
Oh,
are.
you shouldn't call it
Thank you so much
marijuana.
to our
Why? Because
customers.
brown people call it that. It's slang. No, that was their dialect. You want me to speak black, and you don't. You are black. So you're white, and those people were white. But it's not your language. That is slang. You openly admit that the reason you use that language is it's a dead language, meaning you can use it however you want. And it's
Boxing
slang.
Week is on now
Right.
at Walmart.ca.
So it's not called
Save
that C
$70 on
word
a
at all.
or
No, it's
instant
not.
call. Now only $69.88.
Oh, won't
Find
do.
more Boxing Week deals online at Walmart.ca.
Whatever.
0 degrees and overcast in downtown Toronto. On behalf of Carl
Oh,
Darsh and
marijuana,
myself,
yeah,
thank
okay.
you so
You're
much
talking
for
about
listening
those
and have a
Spaniards
great
down
day.
south that are all, wow, you're mad, you're mad, you're mad. Freeze it up 8-10 times in a row. That's not consistent. Well, when you're doing that, the alarm function is also delayed. So we know it's not the alarm doing it.
Here's what's making
Among
news
other
right
reasons, we know
now.
it's not the alarm.
The provincial and federal governments are working together to find cases of the COVID-19 variant after 2 cases surfaced in
Another
Durham
way to
region.
the exact
Cell phone
second
data
minute
shows
change
people are
to start
disassociating
And
daily
it takes the
COVID
alarm
numbers
another
and
20,
going about
30
their
seconds
lives
to
in
the
a near
alarm because of it.
pre-pandemic manner.
Right, I'm supposed to think it's because of the alarm. I don't know why they focus on the top of the hour. Some of these idiots keep doing dumb shit on the bottom of the hour, so we don't do nothing on the
Is a
bottom of the
message
hour.
of hope and trust.
Restaurants in the GTA are getting creative under the second lockdown. We've got
Oh,
details
2,300
on
hours. Your
lives
machines
of
are free.
kitchens.
3
It's a
hours,
busy
23
week,
minutes,
16
23
Sunday
seconds.
in
We're
the
going to
NFL.
freeze the time
Ottawa
stamp.
Senators
3 minutes.
continue their busy offseason.
That's not us, bro.
50.
We don't use the numbers that way.
Look at how an unprecedented year has led to permanent change for retail.
It's like saying
Rise of
a French
e-commerce
word
and
and
shopping
acting like
malls of the
somehow I
future.
should speak to you in French because you speak
680
French.
News
You don't
Time,
speak
12:01.
French. I don't feel
Time
like
for
speaking
traffic weather
French.
together on the ones. Good afternoon, Christine
Like the
Lagos.
CEO with his gang tattoo that matches my fucking
Valley
shit
North
perfectly.
Toyota, not a
But you know I made that shit up off the top of my head.
around
So
most of the
obviously somebody
GTA.
didn't
Now,
give you that to
unfortunately,
match
we have
up
this
with me. So what the
demonstration
fuck you
taking place
talking
again
about?
today.
CEO?
So right now, you'll
see you
find some
in the jail
lanes
this
tying
time.
up southbound on the 427 from south of
You got
Dundas
your dumb
onto
ass
eastbound
trying to front on
Gardner.
me?
And eastbound Gardner
Fuck
is
you
busy
doing,
from about the
stupid? He's a real
427
gang
off and
member.
onto
You're
the
not gonna
footbridge.
confuse
They're
him.
mainly staying to that right
Well, the
lane, and they
tattoo
may
on
be
this
getting
piece of
off
shit
at York
looks
Bay
real.
Young or at Bayview Bloor again today. So
Yeah,
that may
because,
cause delays later on.
The
But
number he
otherwise,
used
no
only adds
problems
up to
on the
certain
Gardner Queenie
athletes and
combination. The
certain
401 across the GTA is moving well. Now, I just
motorsports
spotted a collision.
race cars.
It's on the northbound 404
So,
north of Finch.
your
And
dumb
it
ass
looks like the
can't even
right
hide
lane
what
is
it is.
blocked. M2 crews have arrived on
And he didn't
scene.
leave enough
The
space for the
680
dollar
News
sign.
Traffic Cruiser
Oh,
is
I know, the
powered
one
by
in the
Don
5
Valley
make a
North
dollar sign.
Toyota.
But you
Check the
didn't know that
showroom
or
by
you would have
appointment
done
only
that.
or
You
online
didn't.
at any time at DonValleyNorthToyota.com.
Why is the
Your next
CEO showing
report
off
is
his
at
gang tattoo to
12:11.
me in the fucking
And now
south?
the
This is
forecast, here
a
is
couple years
Michelle
ago.
Nelson.
last year.
Thanks, Christine. Well, we'll see
2018, I
the
don't remember.
temperatures slowly start to climb, but we won't reach that guaranteed
turn around
high
and
of
get
3
picked up
degrees
by these
until late tonight, right around the midnight hour. Mainly cloudy as we head through this afternoon, but we do have some rain pushing in this evening. A clipper system. It's going to be quick moving. We're not looking at a lot of rain with this, under 5 millimeters, but we could see some flurries before that transition to rain tonight. 4 degrees through the overnight. Temperatures will remain steady, so mild to start off the day tomorrow. It's -1 downtown and at Pearson. It feels more like -4. Your guaranteed high today is +3.
680 News Time, 12:03.
The province is reporting over 2,000 new cases of
The reason why
COVID-19, but
generally
a slight
speaking we don't call
decline. We're just at
cops, it's all about we call
2005.
police.
572 of those are from Toronto, 331 from Peel, and 207 from the York region.
Meantime, the
Your
mutated
dumbass
strain
always
of
take an easy way out while
COVID-19
you
that
think
first
they
showed
might
up
do
in the
so. Why would they
UK
do
has
anything they
reached
say?
Canadian
They don't,
soil.
ever.
680's James Mackin has more.
Both are now self-isolating, and Ontario's Associate Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Barbara Yappi, says the province and Durham Region Public Health are working closely with their federal counterparts. While data finds this new strain of the virus spreads faster and easier than previous versions, there's no evidence that it's more likely to cause severe illness or death. Dr. Isaac Bogosh, an infectious diseases expert at the University of Toronto, says he wouldn't be surprised if more cases of it pop up in Canada and around the world.
We know this variant, for example, has been circulating in the United Kingdom since as early as September, and we know there's been a lot of global travel since that time, especially global travel to and from the United Kingdom.
The CEO of BioNTech says he's confident that their vaccine will be able to combat the new strain, but official tests need to be completed before they can confirm. The province is urging everyone to download the COVID-19 Alert app to prevent the spread of further cases. I'm James Mackin. 680 News Time, 12:04. With Ontario now in its second lockdown, there are noticeable and concerning differences when compared to the first lockdown in the spring. Cell phone mobility data shows far fewer people are staying home, and experts say the population has grown numb to the rising COVID case numbers.
You're not describing what the aggregate data actually says.
At UFT about how Ontarians dealt with Boxing Day.
Not a typical Boxing Day. Empty parking lots across Ontario on day one of a second province-wide lockdown. But there were exceptions at some big box retailers that remain open. Crowds were lining up for deals and discounts.
It's a big problem. Because, if people are lining up and there's crowds there, it will defeat the purpose.
Cell phone data from Apple devices in Toronto shows the stark contrast in movement during the first lockdown
compared to when you got data from
March,
Apple devices.
People
So you
driving,
went to
walking, and using
Google.com.
public transport dropped by more than 60%. By December, the numbers are back up, almost to pre-pandemic levels, despite Toronto already having been in lockdown for over a month.
People are still much
you're
more
comparing
active than they were with the
apples
lockdowns in March. People were much more frightened in March, and what I worry about is we've had so many numbers thrown at us for so long now that
people had
may
money
be a little
in
bit numb to the reality of what we're actually dealing with.
For City News, I'm Tina Anzani.
This is white people.
680 News
Inhale through the mouth and nose.
The COVID-19
And pretend that you don't have a bunch of shit in your nose. 'Cause shit don't stink. Shit don't, it stinks in here. That's because you took a shit here. No, that can't be because you must have, because my shit don't stink. That's your shit and it does stink. Well, if you can smell it, it must be your fault, you dirty nigger. Well, we were hanging out here. We're leaving. You're sitting here in your own shit. How far off from my
Other
people?
agents are digging into their roles as information providers or exploring less travel destinations in the hopes of drumming up business as the pandemic forces the industry to adapt to a new reality. Data from the research firm Ibis World projects that total revenue for travel agents has declined 33% in 2020. Laurie Paris, The Canadian Press.
And in international news, the COVID-19 vaccine has finally reached the European Union.
The coordinated rollout for the 27-nation bloc was aimed at projecting a unified message that the
27,
vaccine was safe
including
and Europe's
Britain,
best
or not
chance to
including,
emerge from the
so isn't it
pandemic.
officially
It also served as a beacon of hope that the
days?
bloc would soon recover from the economic devastation caused by months of lockdown.
It's
Emotional
not
relief was
economic
felt amongst
devastation
healthcare
caused by
workers who
lockdown,
have been
caused by
battling
the
the
pandemic.
virus
You
with
got it
only
all
masks
backwards.
and
You did
shields
this
to
to
protect
yourselves.
themselves. Nurse Claudia Elivernini, one of the first to receive the vaccine, said, "Today, I'm here as a citizen, but most of all as a nurse, to represent my category and all the health workers who choose to believe in science."
Category,
I'm
your
Karen
sortation
Charas.
code. Reeks and
6 News
Rex.
time
Move that
12:07. The
load.
restaurant industry getting creative during the province-wide lockdown. Melissa
really.
Nicoboli of City News is speaking
One
with Mark
restaurant.
Choi, president of
In
Ghost Kitchen
February,
Brands.
said,
While the
"We're
concept
washing
of
the
Ghost
money."
Kitchens isn't anything new, they have been growing at a rapid speed here in the GTA.
We consider ourselves a virtual food court where we offer a number of brands, and we think that has it's very attractive to consumers to be able to walk in. So we've expanded on
You
the
need a
typical
different
Ghost
app and
Kitchen
device to go
industry
to every restaurant.
to move to locations where customers can just walk in as well. Well, what the pandemic has done, I think, not just for us, it's opened everybody's eyes to how convenient third-party delivery and at-home delivery really is.
To
Choi adds that
how
since the
convenient.
pandemic started, he's been averaging almost 100 orders per day.
This is
Almost.
680 News,
He's been
Sound
averaging
News
almost
Radio.
100.
With less than a week until the new
disappointed
year,
it's
many
him.
people
There's
are
a
looking
reason
for
it's
safe and
almost
fun
100.
ways
He's
to ring in
aiming for 100.
2021. Parenting experts
Did it
said
again.
Zoom and Skype are
Why is there
great
so much
ways
spit in
to
your mouth?
celebrate with family and friends, but don't treat it like a boring old office meeting.
Don't just sit there, put on your sweats and sit in front of the camera and talk. You know, if you get dressed up and put on that sequin top or that really nice sweater, it gets you in the mood. Hit that button can really help you feel.
Record those
like it's
video
more
calls
of
with
a
your
holiday.
family, kids. 'Cause they
Jesus,
won't be
staying
there
home on the big
forever.
night isn't
They
so
won't
bad,
mention
since
that.
most
These old
people
people
usually
won't.
welcome in the new year in front of the TV, even when there's no pandemic.
Even when there's no
680
pandemic.
News
Front
time
of the
12:08.
TV.
It's a
Even
strong start
when.
for Canada at the World
You're not even
Juniors.
timing it
Sportsnet
properly.
590 The Fans. Maria Saint-Aubin has a preview for tonight's matchup.
It's day
This is a tough one.
3 of the World Juniors in Edmonton. In yesterday's matchups, Canada dominated Germany 16-2. The U.S. blitzed
Dominated.
Austria 11-0, and Sweden took
Not
down the Czech
really.
Republic
Apparently you
7-1.
don't know what
Now heading
domination
into
is.
today, Group A.
The reason we have sports like this now is to avoid actual
at 1-0,
incidents of
3
domination.
points each. Switzerland is fourth at 0-1, and
Domination
Germany
is
is last at
not
0-2.
the
While in Group B standings, Sweden, Russia, and the U.S. all
I
have
think
3
it's funny when
points.
they always try to
Sweden
come
and
back
Russia
with
are
a smart
1-0, while
comeback.
the
It's
U.S.
like,
has
should
a
you
win
play
and a
this
loss.
out?
Germany and the Czech Republic both had 0
I don't
points,
give a
and they're
fuck what it is.
0-1.
I'm dying. I'm
Today's
gonna fuck
matchup
you
will
up,
see
Batu.
Finland battling
I
Switzerland
look
in 2,
white,
and
yeah, you don't look black to me,
Slovakia
you
at 6,
Batu.
and Russia and the Czech Republic
He turned
facing
around
off
at that
at
point. They didn't have a
9:30.
smart
From
answer.
Sportsnet 590 The Fan, I'm Maria Saint-Aubin.
You think you're the only one on the block?
Coming
It's
up, a check on the
what?
price of the pump. 680 News
You're
time.
the only one here not afraid to die. I almost died yesterday. Try harder next time. And that's a fast shit win. I got all the cutbacks now. 60 minutes. What? I was showing up for work. You gonna pay me for this, bro? I don't want to do this after work. You Monty knows that pay me for. Keep the money, bro. I wouldn't tell you nothing if I did sell the drugs you do, but I don't. Oh, you talking to me, bro. And the thing is, I think you're trying to rob somebody, so they ain't got nothing to give you. The problem is, yeah, I'm gonna what? I'm dying, dumbass. I'm 130 pounds. How big and tough you feel?
Now the 680 News gas price update. Sanpro predicts the price won't change at midnight, holding at $1.06.
Running away from the cameras because I don't precisely where the blind spots
Traffic
are.
weather together
I wish I could joke you 18 fucking times and nobody will stop because they've seen me stop traffic and protect these old people and kids and shit. Their only question gonna be, what the fuck did he do to make that
Top 10 list for Christmas
Whose
ideas.
truck is that?
Let's jump.
He's gonna be sitting there with your fucking stupid,
Full service junk
I
removal
don't know,
is
like,
a gift you can give
the older
yourself
white woman.
or someone you love. Give yourself
I'm slightly
or someone
confused what's
else
going on
a
here.
magically clean garage. All you have to do is point. Give yourself or
Well, he
someone
looks
else
gay.
a
She
magically
looks
clean
older than him.
storage shed.
I don't
All
think
you
she's
have
his
to do
mom.
is point.
I think
Give
she could
yourself
be.
or someone else a magically clean house.
But when he come back with, oh, do I look
All you
white
have
to
to
you?
do
With
is
it? No, I don't
point.
think he would unless he's
Rid
done.
of old junk and make room for the future.
By calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
People are always so much happier
When all that junk is gone,
we make junk disappear.
all you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
680 News time, 12:11. Time for champion weather. Together on the ones. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by Quest Trade. We have a crash. It's here on the northbound 404 north of Finch. The right lane is blocked. Emergency crews on scene. It's pretty fresh. It's been quiet for most of the morning, so this is a bit new. And also some volume now on the eastbound Gardner heading into downtown, anywhere from the Humber Bridge off and on to about Spadina at this point. It looks like we have that demonstration taking place again today. So they're heading in on the eastbound Gardner using up main
in the right lane and traveling very slowly. So if you can try to back a bypass, do so very safely in the 2 left lanes. And we'll see if they make it to the Bay Blue ramp again today. Your entire world is online, so what are your investments? There's never been a better time to switch to Quest Trade. Retire wealthier with the Quest 12 portfolios RSP at QuestTrade.com. Your next report is at 12:21, and now with the forecast, here is Michelle Nelson.
You can see his hand in the till. If you showed these still photos in court, you'd be like, yeah, you must have stole the money, obviously. But his hand is there. She's telling us he couldn't get the money out
Fairly
of the money.
quick moving. It's going to bring us some light rain through the overnight. Temperatures
hand is
are
on the
actually
money.
warming up. We're looking at a guaranteed high of
Now, if I was
40,
robbing a
but we're
store
not
and that didn't
expecting
work,
to get
I would
that
run around
until
behind the
the
counter
weekend.
and then
So
pull it
that's
up
when
from the
we will
front and
see
then
that
run around.
transition
You
to
know what I'm
rain.
saying? Like if I was a
Temperatures will
store
stay
robbing, I'm
steady near
not. That's why I
4
didn't think
degrees
about it.
through those overnight hours, and we're
I
not
don't know,
looking
we
at
might
a
have to
lot of
come
rain
in
with
here
this
at
system.
McDonald's.
We're looking at under 5 millimeters. By
There will
tomorrow
be
morning,
no
still
more
quite
Happy
mild,
Meals
2
today.
hours lingering, but temperatures
Except that
really
one.
dropping
Okay,
through
that's
the
the
day
last one.
behind
Okay,
this
throw it on
system.
the fucking
-2
drive-through
by
window.
the
Yeah, see, it doesn't
afternoon.
work
Winds
yet.
are going to become quite gusty out of the west, so we will see that lake effect snow set
Like
up
you're
for the
robbing the
snowbelt
place, but you-
region. The chance of flurries for the GTA, but we aren't looking at any accumulating
Your point was,
snowfall
it's the second
here.
or
We
third
are looking
time.
at a low near
The public
-7
is seeing
tomorrow
her
night,
telling
so
me to calm
temperatures
down and
really
leave
take a
and stuff.
dip. Right now it's -1 downtown,
I
and
should
at Gibson
leave, right?
it feels
Well,
like
hold on a second.
-4. Your high today, +3.
680 News Time, 12:13. The number of COVID-19
And
cases
this is the
worldwide
top
has topped
for anybody
80
watching
million.
that wasn't familiar.
Data compiled
She
by
comes out a
Johns
minute later,
Hopkins
handing me a
University
coffee and a
reports
muffin.
the mark happened
And I
on
leave.
Saturday
Yeah, like,
morning
what was he
after
doing there? I don't know.
472,000
Coffee and
cases were
muffin, I
recorded
guess.
Christmas Day, and the new number of deaths now close to 2 million. The U.S. is by far the leader among nations in cases of coronavirus illness, reporting nearly 18.8 million.
Every little piece of cartilage I got,
Followed
it's
by
hairs
10.2 million, and Brazil has counted 7.45 million. So they come on 680 News to list your top stories and sports.
The Chesterfield Shop. Hi, Steve here from the Chesterfield Shop. And Pam too. My family has had the privilege of serving this great community since
It's me, they're still
1948,
using
and I'm
mics
sad
on the
to say
desk.
that our famous 8-store Boxing Week sale will be
You can
postponed
tell by the
for
way
the
they're
first
talking
time
to
in
them.
over 72 years. We hope
There's a
that all
boom
of our
mic, you would
5
talk
great
naturally
locations
and
will
normally.
soon be open. And believe me, you'll be happy that you waited.
Sort of looking out at the air, but it's kind of like if you're driving on a cell phone. You got both
Go
categories
online
in
to
your brain.
thechesterfieldshop.com or call us for a virtual tour of our great store.
You used to see people walking around on hand street sets and they look lost and shit. Yeah, they weren't used to talking and walking at the same time.
There's still inventory reduced to the absolute lowest price ever. From wireless and audio products, to
Motherfucker
4K
looks like
smart
a gay
TVs
pirate.
with a 2-year warranty.
Look at his
made in the
boots.
Low cost, 2001, with the guaranteed lowest
His
cost.
probably cost more than mine. What's he doing walking around in snow in them boots? I say probably, I'm not sure. What are these, 200 probably? I was joking. I said there's somebody wearing $400. He's got these leather pointy boots, like tall leather.
680 News. It's 0 degrees and overcast. Good afternoon.
Hey, you
from
stuck
the
in trouble
680
with
News
me. Yeah,
broadcast
it's paying
center. I'm
attention.
Tim
What's he
Chapman
wearing?
with the top stories this
Who
hour.
is he? Why is he here? And all that shit.
Reporting
Damn right. I'm prepared to we're used to
2005
outside
new
is
cases
coming
of COVID-19 today,
nice
with a
truck.
slight dip from the past 2
I
days.
could have a nice truck too. You want to
172
see?
of those are from
You know, the
Toronto,
fucking truck's stupid.
331 in Peel,
Yeah, that's how
and
quick it is over there.
207 in York region. This comes as the new variant of the virus is
By
confirmed
the way,
in
the
Canada,
license plate
and it's
violation
running here
thing
in
kind of
Ontario.
fucks
From
up with
Durham region
that.
testing positive. And while data shows the variant spreads more
You do
easily,
something
there's no
stupid like
evidence to
that.
show it's
We'll
any
try
more
not to
deadly.
start fights.
And
Because all that
inoculations
is
begin in the
get
European
noticed.
Union, a group of Italian doctors getting the vaccination with the
That's
hopes
the
of
thing. You
sending
see
a message
Ontario plates and
of
it's only got
trust
the back
and
plate.
hope.
That's one thing.
And
But
coming
this one
up
had both
after
plates.
sports,
You know,
federal
that's legal.
investigators continue to
Hell,
pick up the pieces in Nashville
See, if shit loads of
after a
cars with
potential
one plate,
explosion
one
in
headlight,
that
not
obliterates
at the
an
same time.
entire city
These are
block.
things you don't see.
680 News Time, 12:15. Now, 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Josh Goldberg. There's already been 4 games in the NFL as part of Week 16, but there's plenty on the line today as the Kansas City Chiefs can lock up the #1 seed in the AFC with a win over the 4-10 Atlanta Falcons. Tyreek Hill will play, but could be monitored as he's dealing with a hamstring issue. Meantime, the Cleveland Browns will be without basically their entire wide receiver room because of COVID close contact protocols. As they take on the New York
close
Jets at
contact
1.
protocol.
While the Chicago Bears
You have
unlikely
COVID in
playoff
close
push in the
contact. Wait a
NFC
second, I
in
need to
another
change this.
year if they can get past the 1-win Jacksonville Jaguars. For the full NFL scoreboards and game previews, check out sportsnet.ca.
Team Canada will get right back to work after their
I'm not a fan
16-2
of
drubbing
Jags,
of Germany yesterday when they take
Jaguar.
on Team Slovakia at 6 this evening.
UAR,
Other games from the World Juniors sees Finland take on Switzerland at 2 and Russia versus the Czech Republic at 9:30. And the Ottawa Senators' busy offseason continues as they acquired center Derek Stepan from Arizona.
Like a website.
In exchange
Go
for
to Jaguar.com today.
Stepan had 28 points last season and a $6.5 million remaining on his contract, but the Bulk was paid the signing bonus, leaving about $2 million for Ottawa to pick up. Sports at 50 to 45 pounds every hour, or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
I'm the last person that needs to know Dutch or Micmac. Why? Because I'm Dutch or Micmac.
General
You guys
Manager
figure
of
it out.
Philadelphia Nissan. Here to
And
tell
when you
you
think you're
about
spying on me, I'll
2021
know you're
Nissan
fucking
Rogue.
outside.
2021 brings an
You'll be
all-new
trying to
look,
speak Micmac
updated
and Dutch to
technology,
me. All
and
my people
renowned
know you don't
safety
speak, but he's
features.
from here.
Philadelphia Nissan is Canada's #1
Whose fault is
retailer,
that? Who
and we only got
colonized the
there
world?
because of the amazing
Yeah,
loyalty
Dutch,
that our
British.
customers
That's
have
what you're
shown
talking
us.
about.
Drive
Commonwealth.
away in a
Commonwealth.
2021 Nissan Rogue during
The
Nissan
wealth level
Boxing
of a
Month.
common
Philadelphia
person.
Nissan, your GTA
So
Nissan
low.
headquarters, and the biggest Nissan retailer in Canada.
Oh, the Queen's got all the gold in the world. The Windsor Castle. Two problems. You're not willing to trade any of it out.
Points out that this year
And now that they might be,
no place
there's
like home for
nobody
the holidays.
selling.
Whether in person,
Oh, everybody wants to buy gold funds and gold companies
to you,
and maybe even
take a
gold
moment to thank
certificates,
Canada's frontline
none of which have
heroes,
any gold
healthcare,
attached to them.
grocery workers, delivery people,
If I have a mind,
Carpenters Union
if my
members
name is on
working
the
on
fucking
construction
plane,
sites,
and I see all
industrial
this 10
facilities,
trillion
and
ounces in
long-term
there,
care homes.
I want to put 1
Holidays
trillion
and
ounces
best wishes
certificate
for
from right
2021
now.
from
I'll
the
find somebody
Carpenters
to
District
underwrite
Council
that.
of
That's an
Ontario.
insurance company.
Visit thecarpentersunion.ca.
No, we're going to say, okay, work with the banks. Now these certificates, they're electronic. They're
A
not
former
printed
top
anymore.
BC Liberal
There's no
politician
cost.
tweeted
1 trillion
and
ounces
quickly
of gold
deleted
goes on the
a
market.
tweet popular with
You're
those
buying
who
or
share
selling, you're getting one of
anti-lockdown
those
and
certificates,
anti-mask
electronic
sentiments.
register. The
Rich
gold
Coleman
still has
tweeted
been
a
dug
meme
out the
saying,
ground.
"How will we know if the vaccines are working?
But
Will
I've
the
already sold a
survival
trillion
rate go
ounces
from
of it, and I said I got 10 of them, but I might have
99.5% to
to.
99.7%?" Well, that
I've
tweet
got
didn't
money.
sit well with many people in the community.
But
He quickly deleted it, but
Because
the
you
Wolves
can trade it in for actual gold. No, you can't.
former deputy premier.
Oh, you
Coleman
used to
said
be
he
take your money
reflected on
and
the
they can
decision
buy.
to post the
If I
meme,
bring
adding it
$20
was
to
a
the
dumb
bank and
moment
say
and
cash
he
it out,
is
they're going
sorry.
to hand
He
you
went on to say he fully
the
supports
same
vaccines
$20 bill
and
because
has
it's
stood
legal
to
tender.
anti-vaxxers
Why
in
do
the
they do
past.
anything different? It
For
makes
over
no
2
sense to do anything
decades, Rich
different. It's a
Coleman was a
concept.
top-level
It doesn't
BC
mean you
Liberal
can do
Party
anything.
MLA and was in cabinets of both Christy Clark
Oh, the
and
gold
Gordon
standard.
Campbell.
It wasn't
Last
it
year,
was a
he would
standard
run for
exchange
office in
rate.
the 2020
And they
provincial
changed it
election.
over and over. At
After
one
he
point, it was $35 to the ounce.
This is 6 City News. Alberta's finance
It used to be
minister
less,
says the goal
then
in
it became more.
2021 is to get
Yeah,
the
the
province
changes
through the
is not
COVID-19 pandemic. But
Oh,
Travis
you can
says
buy
after
gold
that,
from
the
the U.S.
plan
government
is to
with
rebuild an economy that is facing a
Federal Reserve
$21
dollars, which has
billion
nothing to do with the
budget
U.S.
deficit.
government. That's right.
Jay says, well, you can't cut your way back to health.
Not
The
the
sales
US dollars,
tax
it's
is
the
not in
third
the
US
immediate
dollar.
future.
To implement a sales tax
Well, the Spanish
at a
dollar and
time
the Irish pound,
of great economic challenge
British,
would simply be
Scottish,
the wrong thing to do. It would,
Gilder. The euro has been around since '49.
our real focus on
The
economic
European
recovery.
Economic Community.
Dave says the plan is also to further diversify
47%.
Alberta's economy
UN and
in
the
fields
EU
ranging
popped up
from
at the same
high-tech to agriculture.
And NATO.
And south of the
And the
border,
Geneva
federal
Convention and the
investigators
Hague
are working to resolve
International Criminal Court.
unanswered
All that shit
questions
popped up
about
at
a
the same
mysterious
time.
explosion in downtown Nashville.
Federal agents
different
searched the home
fractures
yesterday
coming
of
up
a
from the same
possible
crater.
person of
Bang.
interest in the Antioch section of Nashville. A Google Maps image from last year had shown a similar RV to the one in the explosion
A similar
parked in
one.
the backyard. Just before the Christmas morning explosion,
Yeah, but
police
you
chief
think the
John
FBI
Drake
went
says
by that?
they were on scene investigating a report of shots fired.
He's like, oh look, there's a Google, and we looked and found this. So what?
Blaring a reported message warning people to evacuate because a bomb would go off. Authorities say they found human remains they are working to ID. 3 people were
It's
hurt in
human
the
remains. Was there a dead
severely
body on the
damaged
bus
an
before it
AT&T
blew up?
building, knocking out cell Wi-Fi
You
and
can't find this
911
guy.
service in several
He might have
southern states.
outsmarted you.
I'm
You
Julie
damaged
Walker.
41. He destroyed one building and
weather
damaged
together.
40 more. Or something
Here
like
it
that.
is, the sale we've been waiting for all
It's
year.
hilarious.
The
In
legendary
downtown Tennessee, your building just fall down. Serious? Because we can drive 2 18-wheelers into this building at the same time, opposite ends, and nothing will happen. You're crushed. You'll hear it. You won't feel it in the
15% and gives you a 2-year warranty on premium
Fully
TVs.
loaded.
Online, curbside pickup or delivery.
They line up 5 unique photos between these two buildings here. HEID, all HEID on HEID.
Electronics.
You can't feel it in here. It's vibrating, right?
Hi, I'm Nadia DiDonato.
Oh, to be fair,
Ability Entertainment Group. Although
I
we
don't
may
notice
not be
that
able to
level of
spend the
vibration. I
holidays with
would
those we
notice
love
if
this
I've never
year,
lived near
spend
trains
your
or
love
hadn't lived
with
near
a
trains
special
in a
gift
while.
basket. Premium
So when I
products
first
from
moved here, the
decadent
last place I was
treats
living
to
at,
fine wines and
so
spirits,
there's
all delivered to
handful.
those on
The
your
subway
gift
line
list.
is to the north.
Order today at shibamarket.com. That's
I'm here. That's it.
CIBOmarket.com.
So the train line comes in a Y shape, runs directly under my building, but the lines don't reach to the very back of the building. It's 120 feet long. And there's another 50 feet on the other side of the street.
Tim, and this report is brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. If you're traveling on the northbound Don Valley Parkway, you'll find it a slow go as you make your way off the Bayview ramp. And that is of a slow-moving demonstration, which looks like it's taking a turn and heading southbound onto Blue Earth.
Go in the morning till 6 in the morning every day. There's trains all night long. Subway trains running directly underneath my apartment. Not just my building, my apartment. Go to the front of the building.
Blocked to the collision northbound 404 north of Finch. It looks like that process being cleared away. And just having a look at the rest of the major routes. Some volume on the eastbound Gardner heading over to the DVP because of that demonstration, traveling mainly across the right lane, but they're very, very slow through that area. The rest of the 401 is in good shape and we're trouble-free on the QEW through Mississauga, Oakville, and Burlington. If insurance companies have high-priced lawyers fighting for them, who's fighting for you? Find out where there's nothing tougher than a diamond. Call 1-800-567-HURT for your free consultation. Your next report is at 12:31. And now with the forecast, here's Michelle Nelson.
Yeah, for now.
Thanks, Christine. Well, after
Still have
that
that
one
echo in you. I
Christmas,
don't
we are
understand.
going
You've
to
been
see
running
the
this
snow
station the last 5
slowly
years
melt
with the
away.
echo in the
Temperatures
line.
are actually warming up tonight. We'll hit that daytime high of +3
Anytime
right
there's
around
blank space,
midnight,
dead air,
but then some
you hear
rain
the last
showers
thing
roll
said
in.
again.
Starting as flurries early this evening because temperatures will be right around
So anyway,
1-2
point is when I
degrees.
moved here,
We'll see
every time a
temperatures
train went
rise
by,
to about
even slowly,
4
I
through
could
the
feel
overnight
it
hours. So we are looking at rain, about 5
5
millimeters of it,
Only
so
reason I
not a
don't
whole
feel
lot.
everything is 'cause of
By
that.
tomorrow morning, still on the mild side, but we will fall to -2 by the afternoon, looking at a low near -7 with some flurries in the forecast. We'll see that lake effect snow north of the GTA. Sunshine returns on Tuesday with more seasonal temperatures. And as we jump ahead to New Year's Eve, we are looking at above seasonal temperatures with a high of +4, but tracking a system that is going to bring us some rain. Right now it's -1 downtown, and at Pearson, your guaranteed high today is +3.
And it doesn't go to the 5, it goes to the
Coming up at the
4.
bottom of the hour, the latest on the first confirmed cases of the new coronavirus variant in Canada and how COVID fatigue is playing a role in the second wave of the pandemic. 6 City News Time, 12:23.
At the Unwrap a Jaguar sales event, discover the joy of holiday shopping. With special
C'est
offers
17,
on the
23. Well, I might as well go buy the
electric
homeboy.
I-Pace and the dynamic F-Pace SUV. Finding the perfect gift is as enjoyable as giving it. For a limited time, enjoy savings up to $8,500 or finance rates as low as 0%. Visit your Greater Toronto area Jaguar
Why do I
authorized
put a
retailer
penny on the
for
lid?
details.
There's a coffee cup. So I don't want fruit flies in my fucking coffee.
It keeps growing.
The
680 News Weather Guarantee Jackpot is over $20,000. Enter now for your chance to win at 680news.com/contest.
This is 6 City News. Netflix releasing a new comedic special from the creator of Black Mirror.
I say it was a train wreck and a shit show, but that would be unfair to trains and shit.
This is a 2020 mockumentary, a fake documentary showcasing some of the biggest and craziest stories from this year. It stars Leslie
So it's not really, it's making fun, so it is a documentary, it's just making fun of.
It's the
Okay.
latest creation from Charlie Brooker, and you can
Mockumentary
watch
is
it on
totally
Netflix
fake, but,
now.
Ali, whatever. Not
Life has
Alibaba.
taken a bit of a break, but your dental health shouldn't.
Ali,
At Ultima Dental,
oh, that's
our
the guy
enhanced
that
cleaning
says
and
I
sterilization
fucking
protocols will help keep you safe at your appointment. While our
Who's
team
the
of
fucking
professionals
one with
keep your oral and
Sasha,
overall health in check. We also
whatever
offer our
Cohen
patients a
or whatever.
0% interest payment plan, so you can get
Anybody
the
know what I'm
treatment you
talking
need
about?
when you need
No, I don't watch
it.
some
Located
stupid
across
movies.
Ontario and the GTA, contact your local Ultima clinic or visit ultimadental.com to find a dental professional near you. Ultima
I gotta
Dental,
correct
care
these guys on
beyond
the
your
phone
smile.
for about 5 minutes straight.
This is 6 City
Well,
News. While the
mushrooms
orbits
and
of moons
weed
and planets
and,
may seem fairly simple and circular, orbital dynamics can often be a
Hey, you listen to
gravitational
this, I'll be back in
hodgepodge.
5 minutes.
Here's the 680's Curtis Starring.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a monkey dance with the stars above and wow.
There are at least 14 moons whipping around Neptune, and for now let's focus on 2, Naiad and Thalassa. Both are pretty close to the planet, with orbits of 7 and 7.5 hours respectively. Their orbits are fairly close as well, less than 2,000 kilometers apart, a hair's breadth in astronomical terms. But somehow they've managed to avoid smashing into one another or being tossed away from the planet by each other's gravity. And an analysis of Hubble telescope data published in the journal Icarus explains why. NIAD moves up and down like a carousel horse, passing elegantly over and under Thalassa every time it catches up. This dance of avoidance is called resonance, and while we've seen varieties of it before, this particular dance is brand new. How this came to be and what impact it has on Neptune itself are questions we have yet to answer. With This Week in Science, I'm Curtis Doring.
This Boxing Week, unwrap more with Rogers. Like more memories captured with a pro-grade camera. More savings when you buy a Galaxy S20 Series 5G phone with financing on select plans. And get a Galaxy Tab 8 and Galaxy Buds Plus on us. And more time together when you order with Rogers Pro on the go for fast free delivery as soon as today. Unwrap everything on your wish list during the Rapid Red event. On now for a limited time at Rogers. Visit Rogers.com today.
I'm Mike Apple. 2020 will go into the record books for retail. The unmitigated rise in e-commerce, the unprecedented collapse of many names in bricks and mortar shopping. And it's expected that the trends that were accelerated this year will now be the norm. Kostya Polyakov is a partner, national industry leader in consumer and retail for KPMG.
So if you think about the relationship, of your sales, what percentage is online, what percentage is in store? It will never come back to what it was pre-COVID. So ultimately where this is headed, and I talk about this with retailers, is what I call the phygital experience. Physical and digital in one word. A customer will sit at home, look something up in an app or online, and then they'll want it that minute. No matter how fast shipping works, you still can't have it immediately. And so there still will always be a role for physical locations, whether it's malls or stores, for the customer to say, you know what? I need a new pair of skates before my hockey game tonight. I'm going to pop out to Sport Check. It's waiting for me with my name on it. I've prepaid for it. I don't even need to go inside the store, but I'm going to the store. And then the second piece, which we shouldn't undervalue, is the social side of a mall. You go to the mall to hang out, to spend time with whoever they're going there with.
Polyakov says shopping mall operators will need to adapt with more dynamic in-store experiences and emphasizing things that you can't find online.
The pure online retailers or e-tailers, the one thing they can't do is create an experience for you. There's a few other examples of that. The Canada Goose store in Toronto, but they have a cold room where you can actually put on one of the coats that you're buying, the winter coats, and actually go into a place that's really cold and see how it feels. You can't replicate that online. And another one would be store that sells, cosmetics, has often experiences to come in and educate folks on how to use the product and which products work with each other. And there's something about that that's very different than watching a YouTube video on it.
That's Kostya Polyakov with KPMG Canada. And at the Business Center, I'm Mike Up.
Does advertising with 680 News work? Well, things seem to be flowing well for Stan Cleany from Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service.
Things are going great. We've been so successful with our plumbing and drain part of the business, advertising on 680 News. We thought we'd advertise our new flood and sewer cleanup and restoration business.
And how is that working?
The phone's been ringing, and we've seen a tremendous increase in our sales.
Speaking of sales, how do you like working with your account manager at 680 News?
He's helped us out in every avenue of the business. I should almost bring him on as an employee.
And how about all the writers and producers?
It's always difficult to get the message out to the public. The creative teams helped us out in many ways and helped us get to where we are today.
Well, it can't be easy to stay on top in today's competitive market.
Well, there's always competition, but we try to stay one step above them. The new advertising is working great, and we continue to be number one in the number two business. 680 News has really helped us. We are definitely flushed with success.
Unclog your bottom line and clean up the competition with 680 News. Visit 680ads.com. That's 680ads.com. 680 News Time, 12:30.
Number one for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Good afternoon. This is Sunday, December 27th. I'm Carmen Donahue.
And I'm Tim Chapman. Here's what's making news right now. Popped up in the UK, and now it's here. 2 cases of the COVID-19 variant have been confirmed in Durham region.
New data suggests the further into lockdown we go, the more people are going out in public.
And another day, another puck drop. The World Juniors back tonight.
We're 30 minutes away from the Sunday slate for Week 16 in the NFL, and Team Canada gets back at it at the World Juniors. Sports at 45.
And coming up in business, the results of a survey of those working from home due to COVID-19 this year has revealed the majority of respondents enjoy remote work.
6 City News Time, 12:31.
It's now time for traffic and weather together on the ones. In the 6 City Traffic Center, here's Christine Lingos.
Thank you, Carling. And if you're traveling on the southbound 404, just be aware that on the ramp to eastbound 401, we had a collision. It's been cleared away. All lanes have been reopened and traffic is quickly getting back up to speed. In fact, it's up to speed in many areas around the GTA. With one exception, we have this demonstration traveling into the city again today. So northbound Don Valley Parkway is currently busy from about Dundas to the Bayview Bloor ramp. And as you exit at Bayview Bloor, you're going to be forced to do so single file. It looks like that ramp, which usually has 2 lanes accessible, we have some work crews in the right lane, just as you make your way over to that split that takes you either to Bayview or to Bloor. So that's really adding to the delays here on the ramp from the Don Valley Parkway in each direction to Bayview Bloor. And the protest is traveling all the way up towards Bloor from the looks of it, and they usually end up at Sherbourne. So it's going to be busy along Bloor Street both ways through Sherbourne. Your next report is at 12:41. Now with the forecast, here is Michelle Nelson.
Thanks, Christine. We have overcast skies out there. Could see a few sunny breaks within the next few hours, but temperatures are slowly warming up, so we are going to see that snow melt out there. We are not going to hit that guaranteed high of 3 degrees until late tonight, right around midnight, and then some rain showers. Those will begin this evening. We could even see some mixing as temperatures start to warm up, and not a whole lot of rain for us, under 5 millimeters likely. Those winds really picking up through the overnight out of the south with gusts to 50 kilometers per hour. So we are going to see a mild start to the day tomorrow before temperatures come crashing down. Right now it's -1 downtown, and at Pearson, your guaranteed high today is +3.
6 City News Time, 12:32.
A different trend today in the COVID-19 case numbers for the province. 2,005 new infections were reported, a drop in what we've seen over the last week.
These numbers come as health officials report the new variant of coronavirus has touched down in Canada. 6 City's James Mackin joins us with more on the Durham couple who became the first to be infected.
The couple have been informed and they're now self-isolating. Dr. Isaac Bogosh, an infectious diseases expert at the University of Toronto, says he would not be surprised if more cases of the strain start to surface across the country. However, he believes we're in better shape than other places when it comes to insulating ourselves from COVID-19.
Because we have the Quarantine Act in effect, where we know that the vast majority of people who enter our country have to adhere to a 14-day period of quarantine. So that, well, of course it's not perfect, but it's still pretty good.
While current data on the variant finds it can spread faster and easier, there's no evidence it's more likely to cause severe illness or death. Associate Medical Officer of Health Dr. Barbara Yaffe says the province is working closely with its federal counterparts. Ottawa has temporarily banned flights from the United Kingdom until the 6th of January, and the CEO of BioNTech says they're conducting tests to confirm if their vaccine can combat the new variant, but he is confident in their vaccine. I'm James Mackin.
Stateside, health officials in the U.S. are on the lookout for the new strain. Some California doctors say despite the fact that it hasn't been detected in the U.S., doesn't mean that it's not already there. ABC's Matt Boone reports.
I'll be shocked if it's not here, actually. It's been around for a while.
Dr. Peter Chin Hong with UCSF says the travel restrictions from the UK, where the new coronavirus variant has been spreading, are smart, but likely too late.
It's just moving around where people travel to.
The LA County Health Department is awaiting results of genomic testing to determine if the variant has contributed to their December surge.
This is 6 City News. The European Union's begun a coordinated effort to vaccinate nearly 450 million people against COVID-19.
Europe's mass vaccination program officially begins today, having set a target of having all adults inoculated before the end of 2021. France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Austria and Spain are starting this weekend with vaccinating health workers and the elderly in care homes. Today, the Czech Republic begins vaccinations after having one of the highest infection rates per capita following a mass farewell COVID party that was held on the iconic Charles Bridge in July before the second wave. Julia McFarlane, ABC News at the Foreign Desk, London.
6:80 News Time, 12:35. Comparing the current province-wide lockdown to the first one, there are some concerning differences popping up. Cell phone data finds that far fewer people are staying home, and experts say the population has grown numb to the rising case numbers.
The numbers in the city have remained steadily high. It's a concern for leaders outside Toronto, now entering lockdown for the first time in the second wave. Durham Region had been in the red zone until now.
People have been in COVID-19 for 10 months now, and I think that they're exhausted, they're frustrated, anxiety is set in. I think people just are desperate to get back to some type of normal, and I think this one here really kind of took the wind out of everybody's sails.
Oshawa's mayor isn't expecting the lockdown to last beyond the 28-day period, but he is concerned about the timing.
What my worry is what is going to happen because of the holiday season. Are we going to see a spike? I'm hoping that 14 days from now, 20 days from now, we'll have a true indication about exactly that it is working. That's what my hope is.
For City News, I'm Tina Jenny.
680 News Time, 12:36. Ontario's new lockdowns forced the food industry to come up with innovative ways to keep their businesses going. As Melissa Nicomoli of City News found out, the Ghost Kitchen concept is one that's growing at a rapid pace.
The company receives about 100 orders for meals a day, all going to a single kitchen serving up food from 20 different brands, delivered by third-party delivery companies like Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes.
Along with being allowed to order food for delivery, those Ontarians do catch a break as alcohol is allowed to be dropped off at the doorstep.
This is All News Radio 680 News at 12:37. It's a strong start for Canada at the World Juniors. Sportsnet 590 The Fans, Maria St-Aubin has a preview for tonight's matchup.
We're off to Edmonton, where the World Juniors are in full swing. Team Canada kicked off their tournament with a 16-2 Boxing Day thrashing of Germany, a team that only had 14 skaters due to COVID cases. Now, Canadian head coach Andre Tourigny was unapologetic about the blowout win, saying it wasn't about pushing the pace or embarrassing Germany. Canada just needs to find its game after having only one pre-competition game as a unit. The Canucks are tied with Finland and Slovakia atop Group A standings, all with 3 points apiece and matching 1-0 records. Canada is back at it tonight with a battle against Slovakia. That's at 6, while the other Group A matchup will see Finland taking on Switzerland at 2. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, I'm Maria St-Aubin.
680 News Time, 12:38. With less than a week until we ring in the new year, people around the world are trying to find ways to celebrate without traditional large gatherings and parties. Parenting experts Erica Sutter says virtual get-togethers via Zoom or Skype are the safest ways to welcome in 2021.
And this doesn't mean just getting on screen and talking to each other. This is going the extra mile. You want to get maybe cocktail kits of the same, or create a special dinner menu that you can both have in your location and kind of talk and have fun. You can even binge watch shows together or movies, complete with popcorn and candy. Make it fun, make it memorable.
Suter also says you get out of those sweatpants and pajamas and dress up like a real party to get into the holiday mood.
680 News Time, 12:38.
680 News.
Year in Review.
Brought to you by the Chesterfield Shop.
I'm Phil Martino with a look back at Thursday, June 4th, when mourners gathered in downtown Minneapolis for a memorial service for George Floyd. He died during an arrest that prompted nationwide protests against police brutality. Inside the sanctuary at North Central University, an image of George Floyd was projected above the pulpit with the message, "I can breathe now." Friends, family members, civil rights activists, and dignitaries came to pay their respects to the 46-year-old. His brother talked about growing up with Floyd.
I love my brother, man. We had so many memories, together.
Beverly was at a gathering not far from the service where the public was able to listen to the proceedings.
I was here when he died, and so that's why I wanted to be here.
In his eulogy, the Reverend Al Sharpton denounced racism and called for accountability in the criminal justice system. With the year in review, I'm Phil Martino.
Coming up, we'll check on the price at the pumps. 680 News Time, 12:39.
This is the first sound you hear when we get hit by a snowstorm. And this is the second sound you hear. Snowplows on the DVP and the Gardner. When it snows, the city has over 5,600 kilometers of roads to salt and plow. And in order to get more people where they need to go safely, we clear expressways, major roads, and transit routes first, before moving on to residential streets. It's how we keep you moving, Toronto. Get to know the plan for snow at toronto.ca/snow.
And now for the 680 News gas price update. As Empro's predicting, the price won't change at midnight, holding at $1.06.9 a liter. Traffic and weather next. 680 News Time, 12:40.
In these uncertain times, we can't travel like we used to. The safest way to travel is with your own car. Why not spoil yourself with everyday luxury and travel with an Infinity from Infinity of Willdale?
Take a monthly holiday now with an Infiniti QX50. Forget about turbulence. Your QX50 is packed with driver assist technologies, so you can enjoy the journey. Lease a QX50 from $499 monthly at 0% for 27 months. Your first class seat in a QX50 awaits. Visit infinityofwillowdale.com.
Live your best life with Appliance Canada this Christmas season. Boxing Week is finally here. Over 100 items featuring incredible pricing in our latest flyer. Get a 24-inch Blomberg washer-dryer set, perfect for condo living, for the low price of $1699.99, and save the tax. Plus, save the tax on 2 or more Samsung appliances and many other brands. Visit ApplianceCanada.com. Happy holidays from Appliance Canada. We thank you for letting us be a part of your home and your life.
680 News Time, 1241. Time for traffic and weather together. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by the GTA Lexus Dealers Association. I'm looking at a slowdown on the northbound Don Valley Parkway from Girard as you make your way up to the Bayview Bloor ramp. And that ramp to Bayview Bloor, it is almost stopped. We have these slow-moving demonstrators taking up the left lane, and we have some work going on in the right lane. So in essence, it's down to one lane only, and the demonstration is very, very slow-moving as they travel down towards Bloor Street. So just keep that in mind. You might want to exit later on at Don Mills instead to avoid this delay. Otherwise, the major routes around the GTA are in good shape. Those earlier issues we had on the 404 by Finch and by the 401, they've been cleared away. Lisa 2021 Lexus RX for 2.9% APR with bi-weekly payments for as low as $258. Visit lexusgta.ca. Your next report is at 12:51. Now with the forecast, here is Michelle Nelson.
Thanks, Christine. Mainly cloudy as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures are around -1 right now, but we will warm up as we head into tonight. We're also tracking a system. It's a Clipper system, fairly fast moving. It's going to bring us some rain, possibly even some flurries to start off with some wet snow, but eventually transitioning over as temperatures warm up to that high of +3. And we're going to hit that guaranteed high right around midnight. Temperatures are going to be warm through the overnight, 4 degrees, and for tomorrow morning, starting off mild before we see that temperature drop into the afternoon. So we're looking at up to 5 millimeters of rainfall for most of the GTA. North of the city and through cottage country, that's where we'll see the snowfall. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will drop to -2. We are watching out for some lake effect snow, just some flurries for the GTA, but those winds will be gusty out of the west. As we head into tomorrow night, dropping down to -7. Right now, it's -1 downtown and at Pearson. Your guaranteed high today is +3.
680 News Time, 1243. One of the most famous offenders of the U.S. college admissions scandal is about to be set free from prison in Dublin, California.
Lori Loughlin is hours away from being released from prison. The former Full House star is set to leave this Northern California facility tomorrow, just in time for New Year's, after serving a nearly 2-month sentence and remaining in isolation for the past 2 weeks. Her team telling ABC News, Lori is in isolation, so she is in no danger.
Loughlin and her husband were imprisoned after pleading guilty to paying $500,000 to get their daughters into the University of Southern California. Up next, a rundown of all your top stories and sports. This is 680 News.
This is Superfan Napatia. You see me driving a lot of SUVs, but I have fallen in love with the new Genesis GV80. The only seat that can compare to my courtside seat is behind the wheel of my new luxury SUV by Genesis. But there is very limited availability. Test drive the official car of the Superfan. Book your appointment at genesismississauga.ca. Don't miss the hottest SUV, the Genesis GV80.
Your depression is not responding to treatment and your disability claim has been denied. My name is Aaron Waxman, and if your disability claim has been denied for any reason, call me at 416-661-4878. And don't worry about upfront legal fees, because there are none. At my law firm, my team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or on your cell phone at # LTD.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
It's 1 degree in downtown Toronto with an overcast sky. Good afternoon. I'm Carlin Donahue, and here's what's making news. A Durham couple have become the first people to test positive for the new variant of COVID-19 in Canada. Health officials saying the new strain spreads easily, but there's no evidence that it's more deadly than the current virus we're battling. This comes as Ontario reports 2,005 new cases of COVID-19 today. And new cell phone data is suggesting more people are actually going out now than they were during the first set of lockdowns in the province. Experts say Canadians growing numb to new rising case numbers, and it's a problem in slowing the curve of the virus. And get cozy on the couch tonight and watch some hockey. Team Canada's back at it at 6 o'clock. More on that coming up right now in sports. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, here's Josh Goldberg.
With 4 games already in the books for Week 16 in the NFL, there's just 6 1 o'clock kickoffs, but a few gems as the Pittsburgh Steelers look to snap their 3-game losing streak when they hosted 10-4 Indianapolis Colts. The Cleveland Browns will be missing 4 regular wide receivers for their game with the Jets at 1, who were ruled out as close contacts per the league's COVID protocols. At 4:25, the Seattle Seahawks can clinch the NFC West division with a win over the LA Rams. And arguably the game of the day goes tonight from Lambeau Field when the 11-3 Green Bay Packers hosted 10-4 Tennessee Titans at 8:20. Fresh off their relentless 16-2 shellacking of Germany at the World Juniors, Team Canada will look to keep the pedal to the metal when they take on Slovakia tonight at 6. Other games from Edmonton today have Finland and Switzerland at 2, and the nightcap is a matchup of Team Russia and the Czech Republic at 9:30. And Sportsnet has your NBA fix on this chilly Sunday, as you can catch the Brooklyn Nets looking to start the season 3-0 with a win at Charlotte at 7, while the Golden State Warriors look for their first victory of the season in Chicago at 8 on Sportsnet 1. Sports at 15 and 45 pass every hour, or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
So you rich yet? Since I switched to Questrade, the lower fees are making a big difference.
Sounds complicated.
Please, Questrade makes it easy. They have different investing options, including Questwell's portfolios, which they manage for you. You're not still investing with mom and dad's guy, are you? Come on, man.
It's time to switch to Questrade. See how you can retire wealthier with the Questwell Portfolios RRSP at questrade.com.
January 4th on City TV, allow us to introduce you to your brand new bachelor, Matt James.
Cheers to falling in love.
Matt is the delicious man.
Matt will lay it all on the line for his shot at love.
The reason I came out here was to find my wife.
But it's going to be a fight to find Mrs. Right.
The queen has arrived. Be wary of this girl. What just happened was not okay.
The Bachelor, new season, January 4th on City TV, or stream live and free at citytv.com.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News at 12:48. 2 women and 3 girls have been found dead in a home in northwest Arkansas. Authorities are investigating the deaths as suspected homicides. Deputies responded to a call on Christmas Day and found the 5 people dead inside of a home in Atkins, which is about 105 kilometers northwest of Little Rock. Sheriff Shane Jones says early evidence suggests the suspects may be among the dead.
Now, at this time, we believe this is an isolated incident and do not feel that there's any continued danger to the local public.
The dead were between 8 years old and 50 and are all believed to have been related. And more in international news, recent excavations are offering new details about life in the ancient Roman city of Pompeii.
This is an incredible discovery, says Pompeii's head archaeologist Massimo Alsana, of an amazingly well-preserved cafeteria counter that sold hot food and drink to ancient Romans. The shop, along with the whole coastal town of Pompeii, was buried in ash and pumice when nearby Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, killing up to 15,000 people. Bright frescoes of a rooster and 2 ducks hanging upside down, along with traces of the nearly 2,000-year-old food, pork, fish, snails, and beef, were discovered. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
680 News Time, 12:50. Alberta Opposition NDP leader Rachel Notley says rebuilding the provincial economy will be critical after this pandemic is brought under control in the new year. Notley says oil and gas are key to the recovery, but she says Premier Jason Kenney needs to stop fixating on just one industry and grow the entire economy.
And if we cannot display the nimbleness to actually assess what currently is going on and what is currently needed, then we are in big trouble.
Notley says Alberta has a range of economic strengths to draw from, including a young, educated workforce and a wealth of business entrepreneurs. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together on the ones. This is 680 News.
Shop Bowring's Boxing Day sale at one huge warehouse location at 95 Corpus Road. It's the greatest sale of the season. Open 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. on December 27th and 28th. Amazing savings of up to 90% off. Save on all the beautiful things you love, from tableware and home decor to furniture and Canada's largest and best assortment of Christmas trim and decor. Don't miss the European food market with amazing delicacies. Shop early for best selection. Bowring, always beautiful, always affordable.
For all its trouble,
May you remember 2020 for the resilience of your connection to friends, family, and community. Access Storage hopes that you and those you care for reach the end of this year and step into 2021 with hope and gratitude. There's lots to be thankful for and even more to be hopeful about. Access Storage wishes you a safe and healthy new year. Access Storage, shop Canadian, store Canadian, with over 100 locations in Ontario. Try 4 weeks free. Visit accessstorage.ca.
680 News Time, 12:51. Traffic and weather together. Here's Christine.
This report is brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. It's still slow on the northbound Don Valley Parkway from about Gerrard to Bayview Bloor, mainly along that right lane, as we still have this demonstration traveling up the Don Valley Parkway towards the Bayview Bloor ramp, which is very, very heavy. A lot of these demonstrators are making their way onto Bloor and traveling south. You're going to find westbound Bloor jammed from approaching Parliament to about Mount Pleasant, and eastbound Bloor is heavy going approaching Church to Sherbourne. It's been a lot worse. It's volume everywhere is actually very low, so it's really not being impacted too much by this demonstration unless you're along that Bayview Bloor ramp that is jammed. No problems on the 401 or on the Don Valley 404 combination, and just checking out the QEW through Burlington, Oakville, Mississauga, everything is looking good. Serious injuries need serious results. When it comes to fighting for your rights, there's nothing tougher than a diamond. Call Diamond and Diamond for a free consultation, 1-800-567-HURT. Your next report is at 101. Now with the forecast, here's Michelle Null.
Well, we have fairly quiet conditions for us in the GTA with some rain on the way, beginning as early as this evening, but most of that will fall through the overnight. It's a clipper system that's going to track in under 5 millimeters likely, but we'll see that rain linger into tomorrow morning. Temperatures are really going to warm up. We're sitting at -1 right now. It feels more like -4, but by the time we get into tonight, we are going to hit that guaranteed high of +3. So that's why we're looking at those rain showers through the overnight. +4 for tomorrow morning, and then temperatures will fall to -2 by the afternoon. We are going to see some westerly winds set up, so watching out for a lake effect snow for the snowbelt region, but for us, just the chance of some flurries around the noon hour, but into tomorrow night. Sunshine returns on Tuesday with more seasonal temperatures, and then looking ahead to New Year's Eve, we are tracking a system set to bring us some rain. Temperatures will be on the mild side with a high of +4, but by the time we get to New Year's Day, we could see some freezing rain, keeping a very close eye on how this next system will track in. It's -1 downtown and up Pearson. Your guaranteed high today, +3.
A couple in Durham are the first in Canada to contract the new variant of COVID-19. We'll have more on that coming up at 1 o'clock. Also, if you're looking for some virtual New Year's plans, we've got it right here. 680 News Time, 12:54.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Dynamic Funds. The greatest investment tip ever? Start building a plan with a financial advisor today. Learn more about the value of advice at dynamic.ca/advice.
Well, it's time to pack up 2020 and send it on its way. Some say it can't happen soon enough.
That's why your Ontario Subaru dealer is beginning the new year in the best way possible. A whole week early. Yay! So hurry to the Unboxing Week event and drive away in a brand new 2021 Subaru right now, along with a special $500 bonus because gosh darn it, we all deserve it this year. The Unboxing Week event on now until January 4th. Happy New 2021 from Subaru.
From our family to yours, happy holidays from 680 News.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we will head over to the Business Center. This is All News Radio 680 News.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for a pivotal role at her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology identifies the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.ca/Canada. Monica did, and that's how she found Lamont, her new project superintendent.
The job is so perfect for me. I had a career breakthrough. I would have never found this job if it wasn't for ZipRecruiter.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists. With ZipRecruiter, we get hiring results.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.ca/Canada. That's ZipRecruiter.ca/Canada. ZipRecruiter.ca/Canada.
Now time for the business report.
I'm Phil Martino. Many Canadians shifted to work from home this year because of COVID-19. A new survey conducted by webinar software platform Click Meeting revealed over 70% of respondents feel regulations should be introduced for the remote working model. Tomas Bolson is brand manager with Click Meeting.
I think that they should be protected because the working models change and suddenly they are available almost 24/7 because we're being at home, but where your office is right now located, you are always available.
He says it's hard to distinguish between these two worlds.
Where the office is and where your private life is. So the remote workers feel that they should be protected by new laws, regulations, and they think that new laws should be introduced.
Close to 75% of people who took part in the survey expect compensation for using their personal internet, furniture, or equipment. And close to 30% think they should receive a higher salary for working at home. The study also found over 55% of respondents enjoy remote work.
27% of people still miss office reality. So the hybrid model, which is working partly at home and partly at the office, is an ideal vision for 6% of the respondents, and only 40% for pure remote work, and only 90% for the office work approach.
Tomas Bolson is brand manager with Click Meeting. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
Give your oven a break this year and cook all your holiday favorites on a Traeger wood pellet grill instead. Fueled by all-natural hardwood pellets, Traeger grills add incredible wood-fired flavor to everything you cook. Traeger's also boasts 6-in-1 versatility that lets you cook everything from roast turkey and grilled veggies to baked cookies and smoked eggnog. Plus, Wi-Fi technology lets you control your grill right from your phone.
De l'humour qui guérit, d'un certain manque de l'humour de l'intelligence artificielle, par exemple, qui aurait bien besoin qu'on lui en insuffle. Donc, à tout de suite après les nouvelles, pour la suite de cette émission thématique sur la science du rire avec notre invitée, Christelle Paré, et d'autres reportages et chroniques de notre équipe des Amis Lumière. Ici Marie-Christine Trotti. Retrouvez-nous bientôt, mes invités et moi-même, pour un hommage aux grands disparus de la scène culturelle en 2020.
Les grands disparus. Aujourd'hui 14h, Maritime 15h sur Ici Première.
Pour les fêtes, offrons du réconfort aux personnes que nous aimons et prenons une pause pour nous ressourcer. Ici Isabelle Ménard, et de la part de toute l'équipe de l'émission à échelle humaine, je vous souhaite de joyeuses fêtes.
Ici Radio-Canada Première.
Vous écoutez ici Radio-Canada Première, au 860 AM, à Toronto. Du cœur aux idées.
Bonjour, ici bienvenue Senga à Sudbury. Il est 13h. Voici les informations. La hausse des cas de COVID-19 se poursuit en Ontario. La santé publique rapporte 2005 infections au cours des 24 dernières heures. Toronto demeure la région la plus touchée avec plus de 500 nouveaux cas, suivi de Peel avec plus de 300 nouvelles infections et ensuite York avec 262 nouveaux cas de COVID-19. La province déplore également 18 nouveaux décès dans les 24 dernières heures. L'Ontario confirme 2 cas du nouveau variant du coronavirus. Il s'agit d'un couple de la région de Durham à l'est de Toronto. Les 2 individus sont maintenant en isolement. Ce qui est particulièrement inquiétant, c'est qu'ils n'ont pas voyagé à l'extérieur du pays. La porte-parole du NPD en matière de santé, France Gélina, affirme que l'Ontario a un sérieux problème de traçage de ces infections. Et selon elle, ça découle des compressions en santé publique l'an dernier.
Faire du traçage, c'est pas quelque chose de difficile. L'Ontario sait très bien comment faire ça. Mais c'est quelque chose qui demande beaucoup de ressources et qui demande beaucoup de temps. Les services de santé publique ont vu des coupures à leur budget, 100 millions de dollars de coupures à leur budget. Ils n'ont plus les ressources pour s'assurer qu'ils doivent faire le traçage en temps opportun. Dans plusieurs régions, on n'est pas capable de le faire en temps opportun. Les gens sont infectés, ne savent pas en infecter d'autres. Et là, bien, on a les résultats qui parlent pour eux-mêmes.
De son côté, le gouvernement Ford demande de nouveau à Ottawa de mettre en place des tests de dépistage à l'aéroport Pearson de Toronto. Il venait d'imposer hier un nouveau confinement à l'ensemble de la province. Selon une étude publiée au Royaume-Uni, ce variant est justement plus contagieux que les souches déjà en circulation, mais des experts estiment que les vaccins déjà approuvés resteront efficaces. Les explications d'Ezra Belote-Cousineau.
I suspect in many countries it's more prevalent than people realize.
Selon Simon Clark, professeur en microbiologie cellulaire de l'Université de Reading au Royaume-Uni, le nouveau variant de la COVID-19 est déjà bien plus répandu dans le monde que l'on ne le croit. Toutefois, l'émergence de ce variant n'est pas une surprise pour le chercheur.
This is what viruses do. So it remains to be seen.
Selon M. Clark, un des enjeux est maintenant de déterminer à quel point ce variant affecte les enfants de moins de 13 ans, les rendant plus ou moins contagieux. Au sujet de l'efficacité des vaccins qui sont déjà en circulation, le microbiologiste se veut rassurant.
If, and it's a big if there is a problem, then I expect it to be fairly limited.
Le professeur indique qu'un simple ajustement de la formule de la part des pharmaceutiques pourrait régler un éventuel problème si problème il y avait. Santé publique Ontario a pour sa part confirmé que les tests de dépistage utilisés au Canada sont en mesure de détecter le virus avec le nouveau variant. Toutefois, ils ne sont pas en mesure de distinguer le variant provenant du Royaume-Uni des autres souches sans test supplémentaire. Simon Clark rappelle que ce nouveau variant plus contagieux pourrait cependant contribuer à augmenter la pression sur les systèmes de santé du pays, comme en témoigne l'expérience du Royaume-Uni. Radio-Canada, Sudbury.
Et alors que la vaccination contre la COVID-19 commence dans plusieurs pays, des experts plaignent que cette campagne ne freine pas des programmes de vaccination contre d'autres maladies également mortelles. Les détails de Freddy Matin.
Avec l'approbation des vaccins contre la COVID-19, plusieurs pays planifient des grandes campagnes de vaccination d'une ampleur sans précédent. Au Canada, la directrice du programme des politiques internationaux au Fonds des Nations Unies pour l'enfance, Annie Bodmeroy, craint que ces grands efforts n'aient un effet néfaste sur les autres campagnes de vaccination essentielles.
Nous sommes particulièrement inquiets par rapport à la réduction d'accès aux vaccins vitaux dans le contexte de COVID-19.
Selon plusieurs experts, les autres campagnes de vaccination doivent continuer malgré les défis qu'impose la campagne de vaccination contre la COVID-19. Hugues Loemba est virologue à Ottawa.
Il va falloir redoubler de vigilance pour qu'on puisse sauver des vies. Pas juste anti-Covid, mais contre la Covid,
D'après l'UNICEF, environ 40% des enfants dans le monde n'ont pas été vaccinés, notamment contre la rougeole et le choléra, avant même la pandémie. Les campagnes de vaccination doivent se poursuivre pour éviter une résurgence de ces maladies, selon Annie Bodmeroy.
Si la polio n'est pas éradiquée maintenant, la maladie peut réapparaître partout au monde et pourrait provoquer jusqu'à 200 000 nouveaux cas par an pour les 10 ans à venir.
Pour l'instant, le Canada maintient son engagement à soutenir le programme de vaccination qui existait déjà avant la pandémie, comme celle contre la polio. Ici, Freddy Mata, Radio-Canada.
Polio was wiped out with clean running water and proper sewer.
Une note de sport maintenant, championnat mondial de hockey junior. Le Canada va jouer son deuxième match du tournoi plus tard cet après-midi contre la Slovaquie. Les deux équipes ont bien entrepris leur parcours avec des victoires hier, tandis que la Slovaquie remportait une victoire à l'arraché au compte de 1-0 aux dépens de la Suisse. Le Canada a malmené l'Allemagne 16-2. Et voilà, c'était les informations. Excellente journée à notre antenne. Pour plus de détails, visitez notre site web, soit le ici.radio-canada.ca, par rubrique Windsor, Toronto ou nord de l'Ontario. Vous écoutez ici Radio-Canada, première.
In fact, you can't explain why vaccines work on viruses but not on bacteria. You'll induce an antibody response either way, right?
Bonjour à tous et à toutes, Sophie-André Blondin, toujours avec vous. On poursuit notre exploration de la science du rire avec votre invitée Christelle Paré, avec l'équipe des Années-Lumière, le rire qui guérit, le rire animal, l'humour dans l'avenir. Vous voici donc en deuxième heure de cette édition toute spéciale des Années-Lumière.
All right, I can count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have days where I feel vaccinated. For no particularly good reason, even when I don't have symptoms. I was in jail 8 days. I was in pain all the time. Absolutely not. I wasn't in pain at all. Fresh air.
Il y aura plus aussi dans cette deuxième heure, mais dans un tout autre ordre d'idées, puisqu'on a réuni deux personnes, des gens qui vous ont accompagnés cette année. Vous les avez vus, entendus, vous les avez écoutés.
Remember to protect your privacy and clear all personal information from electronics prior to collection drop-off
Ils ont
or donation.
expliqué, vulgarisé, ils ont répondu à vos questions.
This is right here on the city's calendar. So when the government employees wipe their devices before they give them back, they're supposed to.
De leur point de vue, ce
That was a
qu'ils ont
huge story a
vécu
week ago,
au cours
wasn't
de
it? No,
cette
it's not.
dernière
It's
année un peu
bullshit.
bizarre qui se termine. Mais auparavant, d'ailleurs, pour se sortir indemne d'une année
Now, how
comme
come they don't make
2020, on
calendars
s'est dit qu'il
like
valait mieux avoir un certain sens
every
de
month of the
l'humour.
year?
C'est donc de là que vient cette exploration de la
Well,
science
you
du
can
rire.
sell calendars
On
in
explore
July if
toujours
they
en
started
compagnie de
July
Christelle
1st and
Paré, notre
ended June
invitée.
30th.
Bonjour à vous.
Bonjour.
Chercheuse donc en industrie culturelle, en
How about one
communication, en
month
humour,
calendar? No, can't sell
professeur à
that. We gotta sell
l'Université
you
d'Ottawa en
the
communication,
white
professeur à l'École nationale de l'humour,
Need that.
membre du groupe de recherche sur l'industrie de
This is the
l'humour à
next week,
l'Université
eh?
Carleton,
So the
directrice
7th will be
recherche et
Thursday.
analyse
So
pour le
one,
groupe
two.
Juste pour
Let's say
rire.
one,
Vos
two,
titres
I
vous
can
font
count.
rire tellement ils
3, 4,
sont là.
5, 6, 7.
D'ailleurs, Mme Paris, est-ce qu'il faut avoir le sens de l'humour? Est-ce qu'il faut être drôle pour étudier la science de l'humour?
Mais ça prend certainement une ouverture pour ce qui est de l'humour, mais c'est sûr qu'à l'interne, entre scientifiques, on se rend compte qu'on se fait souvent demander « Ah, tu fais de la recherche en humour, est-ce que tu peux me conter une blague? » Non. Nous, on les raconte pas, on les crée pas. Ça, c'est un autre groupe de personnes. Nous, on est plutôt là pour étudier.
Well, I was hoping to
Et
get
puis
a
on se
split
pense
with me
bien
and
bon
then
comme
call up
humain
the
en
station.
pensant
So
qu'on
you
est
fucked up
les
this,
seuls,
this, and
que
this, but
l'humour c'est
we.
un peu lié à notre humanité, mais semble-t-il que le règne animal n'en est pas dépourvu, et c'est là qu'on va joindre notre chroniqueuse Marie-Pierre Elie. Bonjour Marie-Pierre.
Bonjour.
Alors oui, une question, parce que vous répondez à des questions ici. Est-ce que les animaux rient?
L'écrivain François Rabelais avait beau affirmer au 16e siècle que le rire, c'est propre de l'homme. Charles Darwin lui-même remettait ça en question en 1872 dans son livre « L'expression des émotions chez l'homme et les animaux ». Et habituellement,
News. With less than a week until we ring in the new year, people around the world trying to find ways to celebrate without traditional large gatherings and parties. Parenting expert Erica Suter says staying home on the big night due to the pandemic isn't so bad.
Not all the traditions are gone. Most of us watch the ball drop on television or
The ball.
et on peut aussi
That's
observer,
New York.
aussi bien dans la nature, par exemple, quand les
You're not
singes se
smart enough to know
chamaillent
that's not
sans
from there.
captivité,
quand ils se font chatouiller. Et même dans le domaine des neurosciences, le neuropsychologue Robert Provine, qui est aujourd'hui décédé, avait lui-même chatouillé quelques singes. Il avait vraiment fait durer un de ses sujets de recherche principaux. Et il m'avait précisé il y a plusieurs années que leurs essais sont tout particulièrement sensibles. Mais est-ce que le rire sonne un peu comme un gros rire gras ou comme un petit rire aigu? Ben, on peut en écouter un. On remarque que c'est quand même assez différent. Les singes n'ont pas assez de contrôle sur leur respiration pour rire comme nous. On le fait surtout en expirant. Eux, ils sont incapables de découper une seule expiration en une succession de ha-ha-ha. Ils sont donc un peu contraints à respecter le cycle habituel de la respiration. Donc, enchaîner un ha en expirant, un ha en inspirant et ainsi de suite. Et c'est ça, ça donne une alternance d'inspiration et d'expiration qui font plus penser au allaitement d'un chien ou même quasiment à une scie qui coupe du bois. Une psychologue de l'université de Portsmouth, Marina Davila-Ross, qui s'est elle aussi intéressée au rire chez les singes, elle en a enregistré énormément pour comparer leur rire au nôtre. Et elle a utilisé ces données-là pour dresser un grand arbre évolutif du rire qui permet de reculer jusqu'à environ 60 millions d'années. Et cet arbre-là n'est pas très différent de l'arbre évolutif tout court, dans le sens où les singes les plus rapprochés de nous ont des rires assez complexes qui ressemblent quand même un peu aux nôtres, même s'il leur manque plusieurs caractéristiques mélodiques. Mais plus on s'éloigne de l'humain dans l'évolution, plus qu'on ose à peine l'appeler un rire à ce moment-là, ça devient carrément méconnaissable.
Et vous avez parlé, Marie-Claire, de chimpanzés auxquels on chatouillait les aisselles. Ils sont chatouillés en dessous des bras, eux aussi. Est-ce que ce sont les seuls animaux, les chimpanzés, par exemple, qui sont sensibles aux chatouilles?
Ben non. Et pour s'en convaincre, écoutons-en un autre.
Je m'en souviens, celui-là. C'est vrai, on a entendu ces petits couinements-là dans une chronique où vous nous parliez justement des chatouilles.
Ben oui, vous les avez reconnus. Ce sont les sons produits par des rats lorsqu'on les chatouille. Ben pas tout à fait, en fait, parce qu'ils ont été transposés pour qu'on puisse les entendre, parce que les rats émettent ces sons-là sous forme d'ultrasons, donc trop aigus pour être audibles. Mais des chercheurs les ont enregistrés puis traités comme ça pour qu'on puisse avoir une idée de comment ça sonne.
I think I'll be back shortly. Let's see if I can find some medicine. My spleen hurts.
C'est certain que les chercheurs avaient des objectifs.
And when I shake my head like that, it's like, how do I describe it? If your spleen hurts, you know, it don't hurt the same every day. It just hurts. You can feel it means it's still alive. That's my theory too. If I'm in pain, I'm still alive. But I'm going to get some medicine.